your turn to practice that. We're going to find another partner. Find somebody else that you do not know. Last one. Find somebody else. Go, 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 go. 20 seconds, 20, 19, 18, 17, final clock, 16, 15, 14, 13, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, next question. All right, next. Go. So next question is a little bit deeper, right? Next question is, I want you to think about another fear or worry that you have. I want you to actually answer one of these questions on the screen. And I guess I have to model it. So I'll go first. Okay, right. Okay. One of my that's the clock here. I'm here. We're always on it. I think one of my fears always comes down to fear of judgment and rejection. And if I speak 50 times a year, campuses, educators, companies, CEOs, all around the country, right? And I know that my impact is made on the stage, but I know that more impact will be made if I were to, put out my content and stuff, whether it's on LinkedIn, YouTube, wherever people will watch and consume, go deeper into this content. But sometimes I don't say what necessarily needs to be said in certain videos, or sometimes say my exact key thoughts, because I'm like, what if you say something to get canceled? Or what if you say something somebody won't agree with it, or I have those thoughts that come through my head, so I don't sometimes say those true thoughts as clearly as I would want to. So I'll answer two of these questions real quick. What am I really afraid of? I think it's judgment, loss of income, status, pain, all of these, y'all, all four of those. If the worst happens, can I handle it? Yes. I think I can always learn and grow. This time where I said the wrong thing before and I gained from it. And then, what is one small step that I can take now? Okay, so I actually started this process. I actually hired a YouTube coach in January. So I actually meet with somebody twice a month to record videos. And they hold me accountable. So sometimes we need somebody else to help us. So now it's your turn. What's the current fear that you're struggling with? And I want you to answer one of these questions with your partner. 60 seconds. All right, back to your seats. And 20, back to your seats. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Back to your seats. 3, hugs, high fives. 2, and 1. So, after we trace and after we embrace comes the one that we often forget to do. And it's giving ourselves, as well as others, a little bit of grace, right? When we think about some of the fears that we have that are stopping us, a lot of times it's not the things that we have yet to do, but sometimes the things that we've done and we look back and we say, what if that would have worked out differently? Or what if I would have said this thing? And we sometimes live in that regret, or we sometimes think about some of those past decisions. Not forgetting, or often forgetting, that we did the best with what we had at that time. We did the best with what we had at that time. So that brings me to what I call the grace statement, which is what I say to myself and what I share with audiences as a reminder that we're doing the best with what we have, with the resources that we have, with the budgets that we have. And every day we're going to take those next steps. So here's a great statement. I made the best decision with the information in who I was at the time. I made the best decision with the information in who I was at the time, which is that daily reminder that we're all growing, no matter our age, no matter where we are in our careers, whether you're a new professional, or whether you're almost out of here. We're all taking those next steps. So in your head right now, I want you to think about a past moment. Maybe it was an opportunity that you took or you didn't take. Maybe something that you said wrong or you were judged differently. Maybe something that you said or did to someone, they don't even know that you did it. There's something in your life where you look back and you're like, maybe I'll do that differently, or maybe I should have learned from that thing in some way. Put that moment in your head. Now looking at the screen, I want you now to repeat that statement to yourself. Let me get that a little bit more often. Give ourselves a break as we teach our students. As our students teach years. I want to do one final thing in order to show you all just how far we've come on our journey. So what I ask is that if any of the following statements I'm about to read, if it applies to you, all I'm going to ask you to do is quietly rise and then be seated if you're able to. Quietly rise and be seated based on the statements. As the music comes on, we'll start with this right here. So nurses, if you're in this room right now, and you've ever had a moment where maybe you doubted yourself, your ability, your place in the space, maybe you had some sort of imposter syndrome in a meeting, and you choose today to take forward action, meaning to take more action. Can you quietly rise for me if that's you? You ever had a moment where you doubted yourself, but you're now taking action forward today? Please quietly rise. Please be seated. If anyone you've ever loved has ever been affected by drugs, alcohol, mental illness, or something that you couldn't fix as the lights go off, can you quietly rise for me? Keep the lights down the whole time. Please be seated. If you've ever maybe not spoken up or not used your voice because you're afraid of judgment, what someone might say or what someone might do, can you quietly rise for me? Please be seated. If you've ever advocated for a student or advocated for a friend, and you got maybe pushed back, but you wound up being successful in the end, like that student or that friend or that person was able to get help, can you quietly rise for me? Please be seated. And our last question, y'all. You've ever maybe been up at night worried about something that was going to happen in the future, right? Could have been a future meeting, a future project. Just something you were worried about, maybe companies, whatever those things are. You were worried about whatever that future thing is, but you made it to today. Like, you're alive, you're growing, you're here today. Can you quietly rise for me? If you're not standing right now and you're able to rise, can you rise for me? Throughout your time going forward, I never want you to forget everyone that rose with you. I want you to never forget all the snaps that you had here. I want you to never forget that that's why we come to events like this, to really lean into that power, and not only take that power, but take it back to our campuses, take it back to our students, take it back to our friends, those that we serve. And maybe you all can finish this statement for me. What doesn't kill you only makes you what? What doesn't kill you only makes you what? Turn to the person next to you as the lights come on and give them a hug, a high five, and say, we got this. As we end my time here with you all today, as you all walk out, you're going to get a special gift, something I've given to over, say, 95,000 people at this point, and it's called the Fearless Band. So the Fearless Band is this black band. There's nothing on the outside of it. It's all black, because I'm black. Just joking, just joking, just joking, just joking. But it's all black. I didn't want it to be like bright red, bright green, bright blue. I wanted to blend in with what you're wearing daily. There's nothing on the outside of it, y'all, but on the inside, inscribed in black are the words, I'm fearless inside. Which is a daily reminder to have those fearless moments, to step up, to use your voice, to put yourself out there in those moments when we are afraid. And we are dealing with just experiences that we sometimes go through. So they'll all be there on your way out. But I want to end by sharing a few stories from students and individuals around the country, how they were able to use the band to have more fearless moments. I'll share three. I probably got like 300-400 of these stories, but I'll share this one. The first one was I was speaking on a college campus, and it was at a first year orientation. And back in the day, I used to give out my actual cell phone number, right? So you can only guess what stories and stuff I get, right? So I gave out my actual cell phone number, and I was about to speak at another school, and I got a text from a student, and he said this. Dude, I literally used the mentality when I went to my first college party. And instead of moping around the party being awkward, I talked to the pretty girls, and now I'm on the map. And some fine girls have my number. I appreciate it, dude. So I said, look, you can use your fearless moment in whatever way you need to. Some of y'all is going to be professionally, and some of y'all is going to be maybe like personally. When it comes to maybe how you're being treated in relationships. Maybe how you stand up for yourself. Maybe the confidence that you want to build going forward, you have to choose what that looks like for you. Next one. Anxiety is at an all-time high today. I have an interview and a speech, and while my confidence is lacking, but I'm wearing this as a reminder that I've got this. When you go into spaces, meetings, it's a quick way. I touch it as a way to say, I have thousands of people around, not only the country, but I've spoken to Bahamas, Canada, some other places, so now around the world who has the Fearless Band. I get pictures and stuff all the time. On the top right-hand corner is a picture, someone was able to take an extra one to their mom who was going through cancer treatment. Her mom was actually able to wear it through surgery. Her mom was a little bit nervous. Her mom is doing better now. So can we snap it up for this? You might be struggling. I love that story because some of us have that fear, less energy for ourselves already. Like, we're like, I got this. Like, I can make anything happen. But maybe you need to fear a little less for a parent, for a child, or a friend who might be struggling in some way. So just knowing that you're loved, you're accepted, we're rocking with you, and we're all giving you that power and that strength going forward. And the last one I want to share is there's an arm, probably on your right-hand side, with no band on it, with a tan line. And that was a young professional who was going to his first job. I was speaking at the Fraternity Executive Association. So it was a young guy, right? So he gave me this message about a year and a half later. He sent me this email, and he said, Daryl, when I first got this band, I said, this is dumb. I'm not wearing this thing. It's two words. He said, a year and a half later, he said, I was at the beach in New Jersey, where he lives, and he said, I looked at it at my arm because I had been wearing it, and my band was gone. And I was upset at first, but I realized that when I met you about a year and a half ago, he said I was in a bad relationship. He said I was going into a position that I knew I would hate, and I actually didn't really enjoy that as much as I thought it would be. And he said he was unhealthy. He said a year and a half later, he said, I'm now in a new relationship, I'm in a different role, and I'm a lot healthier, meaning I'm doing better. And what I love about that story is sometimes, and me included, right, we're in our head and we're doubting ourselves and we're like, when is this thing going to change? Or sometimes you're like, why can't I catch a break? Or you're like, you want your change, and whatever that feeling is, you want it to happen now. You want to feel that comfort, that comfortability, whatever those things, you want to feel it now. And what this story shows is that it was a year and a half later, it takes time. So give yourself grace. You're all on your journey. And remember that everyone in this room, under the sound of my voice, you've all made it through 100% of your bad days thus far. I'm going to say that one more time, y'all. You've all made it through 100% of your bad days thus far. I know there are times when you were struggling and you were in your head and you're like, how am I going to get through this moment? We can take it back to middle school or high school or when you're in grad school or yesterday, whatever those moments are. If you made it through those moments, there's no reason why you're not going to be able to make it through all those moments going forward. It is not about perfection, y'all. It's really about that progress that we make. And I really can't wait to see what you all do next on your journey to fearing less. I can't wait to see what you want next. I want to keep in contact with you until either you die or I die. All right, so what I ask After that, if you can, I want to know what you thought about today. So you can do ididitscare.com or do this QR code real quick. Check out your phones real quick. Or you can write down I Did Scare. I want to know. Keep in contact. Get your fearless stories. And I also have a fearless toolkit that I can send to you as well. Thank y'all. I love y'all. Have an amazing conference, y'all. Thank you, nurses. Thank you. Tengo Calderón. Aunque digan que soy
Hi, if anyone is a volunteer and they have any questions, you can come meet me on stage. Otherwise, go enjoy your sessions.
Wow, wow, wow. What a way to jump off this day of sessions and networking with Daryl Bellamy Jr., the Fear Collector. Oh my goodness. Look, I'm supposed to be working and I can't even work because I'm engaged in what he's saying. I'm over here trying to get y'all video footage and I can't even because I'm locked into my own fears and the things that I'm dealing with, man. We are starting off this day the way it needs to be started off. Now, look, if you joined us and you got that little 12 minutes of the session today, trust me, that was nowhere near the meat of the message that Daryl Bellamy Jr. gave us this morning. Nowhere near. So yeah, you got a little sneak peek, but I'm telling you, you did not get it all. Nursa Live 75. We are here. We are jumping off. Daryl Bellamy has us on the right track right from the beginning. It is an exciting day. Now we got a lot of things going on this morning. Okay. We're about to get into our breakout sessions. We got the wellness suite open. We got so many things jumping off, ready for our conference experience this year. And I'm excited for it. And we're going to come and give y'all a little bit of the different things that we have going on. We're going to visit some of the booths. We're going to visit the foundation's booth. We're going to talk to some people at registration. We're going to visit the wellness center. And then at 1:00 today, 1:00 Eastern time, we are going to do the 1 hour countdown to the expo opening. That is going to be a fun time where we're going to go and see all the exhibitors. We're going to get on some of the machines. We're going to get into those life-size Mario Kart. We're going to play some red court. I think it's red court tennis. We are going to have a great time. Look, I'm going to go. I'm going to get set up. We're going to get rock and rolling today. And we look forward to seeing you. If you're at conference, we look forward to seeing you throughout the day. If you're not at conference, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss a lot of great stuff, but it's okay. We'll give you just a little sneak peek. But I'm telling you, as soon as Colorado open up, that registration open up, you better go ahead and start planning to be here because Nursa, we are taking it to the next level. Thank y'all so much for joining in. Hey, Nursa Live 75. We're here.